Gameplay goodness. Gameplay goodness.
Gameplay goodness.
All right, people. Gameplay goodness.
Thank you so much.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Top of the morning to you. It is Mr. Gameplay Goodness himself, OG Stevie Stroh, with another color computer gameplay video. And this one is Arkanoid for the Tandy color computer. And very cool game, ported, officially licensed port of an arcade game for the Coco. The cool thing about the Arkanoid cartridge is that it was 2 games for the price of 1. If you pop the cartridge into a Coco 1 or 2, you got that version of the game that used the standard Coco 4-color artifact mode. If you popped it into a Coco 3, you got an enhanced graphics 16-color mode with better sound effects, the whole 9 yards. And so, very cool stuff. So Arkanoid is a very cool game from the arcade, and the basic premise is that, well, honestly, the game is Breakout in outer space, right? So your mothership was called Arkanoid. It was destroyed. You have escaped. You are a spaceship called Vos, or Voss. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. And that's what your paddle is. Your paddle is the spaceship Voss, and you are trying to escape imprisonment from the evil whatevers, right? And so you're bouncing back and forth. You're breaking bricks. You're trying to escape. There are pick-me-ups. There's different pickups you can get. So when you break bricks, a little capsule will start to fall down, and there's a letter on the capsule. So if you get S, it slows down the ball. If you get C, it lets you catch the ball. If you get E, it extends the size of your paddle, making you larger. If you get D, it kind of divides your ball into 3 balls. If you get a P, it's an extra, for P for player, gives you an extra life. If you get L, which is my favorite, you get to shoot lasers. And if you get one with a B, it would actually break a hole into the next level. And if you could get out that hole, you would not have to break all of the bricks. Very cool stuff. You get an extra life at 20,000, 60,000 points, and every 60,000 points after that. And you get different points for breaking different blocks based on the colors. So, and some of the blocks are not breakable. So for example, there are silver blocks, metal looking blocks that appear solid white on the Coco 1 and 2. Those need to be hit twice. There are gold bricks that are appear as solid red blocks on the Coco 1 and 2. Those are not breakable at all, so you have to kind of bounce around them. And then there are bad guys. There's spaceships up in the top that want to make their way down to your paddle and try to kill you. And you can kill the spaceships either by hitting them with the bouncing ball or by shooting them with your lasers. So very, very cool game for the Coco. I hope you enjoy it and check it out. All right, boys and girls, so this is it. This is Arkanoid for the Tandy color computer, being played on a real Tandy color computer, being played on a real television set. So we're looking at the game over attract mode right now, and the computerized player is doing much better than I ever would. This is programmed by Steve Bjork, and very cool game. So Arkanoid was basically Breakout in outer space. You were trying to escape. I don't know, what does it say here? Your Arkanoid, your mothership called Arkanoid was destroyed, and so now I don't know. Are you inside another spaceship trying to break out or something? I don't know. But it was a really cool game in the arcade, and this is a very cool version for the Tandy color computer. We are looking at the color computer 1 and 2 version today, and this is probably one of the most low-tech recordings I've ever done. I am literally just pointing a webcam at the television, and there is no microphone other than the webcam itself, so what you're going to hear, my voice and the game, are all picked up from the same thing. So let's see how it goes. So we're going to go ahead and start the game, and here we are. So as you can see here, I'm moving my paddle left and right, and we've got to play Breakout. Now for the most part, you're just breaking these blocks here, and different color blocks are worth a different number of points. However, there are some blocks that cannot be broken. There are some blocks that need to be hit more than once. So the entire top row of those solid white blocks, those need to be hit twice to be broken away. Now you also notice that there's these falling capsules, and there's a letter on the capsule. And so for example, the letter C, if you pick up a C, that makes your paddle sticky and enables you to catch the ball. So anytime the ball touches your paddle, rather than bouncing back immediately, it will stick to you, and then you can kind of figure out where you want to reposition your shots. The one that I've got that I'm a big fan of is the laser gun. And the laser gun just lets you shoot the crap out of everything. So on the one hand, you could basically say, yes, this is breakout in space. But on the other hand, there's a lot of other elements added to it. One of the elements is the spaceships up top, the enemy spaceships. Those things will try to come down and kill you. Depending on how your level is arranged, they might not be able to get down right away. But they will try to get you. So that's a whole nother element there. Okay, so I just cleared level 1. So what we're going to see here on level 2 is this first row here is solid. And those solid blocks will not break on the first hit. It takes 2 hits. Alright, I love getting up there because if you can get up there, you can bounce around and do some damage. This is a good one, which I completely lost because I was trying to catch that instead of my ball. But the one with the D is kind of divide your ball into 3. I just got the S, which slows it down. Sometimes that's good because when you're playing for a while, the ball will pick up a lot of momentum and pick up a lot of speed, and it becomes very difficult to deal with at some point in time. Bummer. This is a pretty crappy old TV, but it's small and it fits right on top of my Coco 1. But honestly, this is about as good as it looked on real televisions of the time. So unfortunately, when you look at things that are done through emulators and you look at things that are done through capture cards, you're often seeing things better than they ever looked. So this is definitely nostalgic. And let's see if we can clear level 2. That would be interesting. See, now these bad guys, they're making their way down here. They could potentially get me. Put a little English on the ball there. Crap. Yay! I made it to level 3. Okay, now this one's... So the solid red bricks there, okay, I've got the divide. Yes, divide and conquer. This is cool if you can get your balls up in the air. Yeah, do some damage. But yeah, what can happen is that the balls can get out of control. Get in there, brother. Man, it's getting crazy. Definitely glad I'm using the traditional analog joystick. Game over. Not bad. Not a bad round of Arkanoid. 1989. This was an arcade game, and this was ported to the color computer. And the cool thing about this cartridge is if you got this cartridge, it had two different versions of the game. So we're looking at the color computer 1 and 2 version right now. This is being played on a 64K Coco 1. But if you popped it into the Coco 3, you would get the enhanced Coco 3 version that had 16 colors, better sound effects, a little bit more fluid speed. And so it was really two games for the price of one, which is pretty cool. And there's a handful of cartridges like that, with the fat binary cartridges that would be two different versions of the same game on the same cart. So cool stuff. So I hope you enjoyed this look at Arkanoid for the color computer 1 and 2. And really curious to see what people think about this old school way of recording directly off of a TV screen. If this turns out to be something that I like and people like, you know, maybe I can try to find one that's got a slightly sharper picture. But honestly, there's something very nostalgic about seeing the low-tech analog slight blurriness to it, because this is literally how things looked back in the day. And we were happy, damn it. So yeah, Arkanoid for the color computer. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time, people. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this preview of Arkanoid for the color computer 1 and 2. This was definitely a different way to record videos this time, so let me know what you think about this low-tech version of the recording. And if you like the channel, if you love the Coco, you might want to check out some of the websites we have that are dedicated to the Coco. So number one is imacoconut.com. It's all the links you need to find out everything about the color computer. Another one is our talk show. So cocotalk.live, a weekly live talk show about the Coco. And by the way, this t-shirt that I'm wearing and this coffee mug that I'm holding up here, you can get lots of cool Coco merchandise at our retro swag shop, which is 8bit256.com. So until the next Coco video, I am Mr. Gameplay Goodness himself, OG Stevie Stroh, and we'll see you next time. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's me, it's Original Gamer Stevie Stroh. You know, gameplay goodness. Gameplay goodness.
You know, gameplay goodness.
All right, people. Gameplay goodness. Thank you so much. You know, gameplay goodness. Yeah?
You know, gameplay goodness.
Are you ready for this?
You know, gameplay